I got all this memorized. I know this stuff. It came from this page. That's how you know how to expand things. That was that picture from my website. You got the worksheet. On the back of the no calculator part. Well, let's do that tonight, not tomorrow. Do it tonight. And you can do the binomial expansion stuff. And then the other thing is, in the eyes up here. I reduced this confusing page, which a lot of y'all seem to be intimidated by, down to the bare bones. This is what you got to know, guys. And Monday, when we start the next chapter, it's not going to be bonus anymore. It's going to be, you got to be able to tell me that a line that goes up and to the right also goes down and left. But you won't use the term down and left. You'll say the domain approaches negative infinity while the range approaches negative infinity. That's this. That's down and left. You'll be able to do that with a linear equation. You'll be able to do that with a quadratic equation that has a positive leading coefficient. Okay, you should be able to tell me these four things. You should be able to tell me that a linear equation with positive slope. You should be able to tell me that the right side goes up and to the right, that the left side goes down and to the left. But you're not going to use those terms. You're going to use these terms. You're not going to use the term down or right. You may start out with that in your head, but you're going to replace right with x approaches positive infinity. Everybody in the room, guys, every single one of us, y'all all know that a quadratic equation with a positive leading coefficient opens up. Everybody knows that. 100% of us. We all know if I put a negative leading coefficient in front of a parabola, it opens down. But what I'm going to ask you next week is not that it opens down, but for you to describe the end behavior of this line. And to describe the end behavior of the line, you do the same thing you've always done, just instead of saying down, you say y approaches negative infinity. Instead of saying right, you say x approaches positive infinity. And so you're now describing the end behavior. By the way, next pretty important situation. That point right there, is that a maximum or a minimum? That's the max. So conversely, or I guess that would be inversely, wouldn't it? What is this? That's the minimum point. By the way, that point is called the, begins with the V, vertex. Does this have a maximum? Does it have a minimum? No. But quadratic equations do. Because they open up. Because all of them opens up. Okay? On the back of the no calculator part is this one. Now, of those three, guys, you can do any two or all three, but that is not going to, after you do one of it. Or after you do two of it.
This thing was ready for the screen.
Yes. Let me.
I heard the big one.